Personally, with my experience with the R word, just throughout my entire life, whether it be my dad or some friends, I mean, we would throw around the term very loosely, and it really wasn't until like my older younger sister that kind of pointed out, oh, like don't really use the R word, it's disrespectful.
When I was in elementary school and middle school, I had a friend whose brother was autistic, and a lot of the times you could hear people refer to him using the R word, and you could just see it break her down and break her family down because they already had such a hard time trying to figure out how to get him to school and trying to help him out.
I was 12 years old and I was at a new school and I didn't know a lot of people. But I remember using the R word, and I don't remember the context. I don't know if I called somebody it or if I called something that was happening it, but I remember using it. And this teacher from out of the blue came after me quite intensely and told me that that was never acceptable. And so it fascinates me that this exists, that in all that time, and it has been a number of years, that we're still struggling with this.
I didn't really have too much experience with the R word until I think around middle school. And I heard kids kind of like throw it around. I regret it now, but I actually used it before. And I used it at home. And my brother heard me say it, and he was really taken aback. And he took time to sit down and explain to me like what it meant and how it would hurt people. And I think that moment kind of stuck with me. So I haven't used that word since.
Personally, I don't use the R word. I feel like if I did, it would be a moral injustice having a brother who's on the spectrum. And I couldn't imagine myself using that, and I try to advocate for everyone else to not as well.
I think most of the time it's not with an intent to hurt anymore. It's more like it's just become a common part of society's vernacular.
A lot of people use like the R word and they're kind of numbed to it. They just use it as if it was like the word stupid or dumb, and they don't realize the repercussions that it has.
I definitely think that the R word has a negative connotation within society. I think in today's day and age, we should come to know that using derogatory terms is inappropriate and shouldn't be accepted.
I think it lessens who we are as a person to label whatever label we put on people.
I really do think that using the R word as a derogatory term unjustly stereotypes people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
So often we use words as slurs, as insults, and this word has become that, is that.
We should use people first language. It describes what a person has, but not what the person is.
I think that we could change society by changing our attitudes.
But the most important thing is to step in and not to just let it pass anymore.
So much of the ills of the world come down to education. Helping people understand the impact, to help people identify that we are more than our labels, that there are so many different ways that we separate ourselves. We put ourselves in camps of us and them. It comes down to education.
Using the R word is an issue of social injustice. It's such a personal thing to a lot of people. It's like loaded, so there's a lot of emotions that go with it. So I think it doesn't have a space in our society anymore to be used as an insult or to be used in general.
We're all human and we all deserve respect.
I pledge to support.
I pledge to support.
I pledge to support
The elimination of.
The elimination of.
The elimination of the derogatory use of the R word.
The derogatory use of the R word.
The derogatory use of the R word.
the derogatory use of the R word.